Hello and good evening, everyone. I'm incredibly honored to be speaking before you all today, and I would like to offer an overwhelming amount of congratulations to everyone graduating today, and an appreciative thanks to all the families, friends, and teachers watching either here or at home. To be honest, I never really thought this day would arrive. I'm still 50% certain that any minute now my alarm will start beeping and I'll have to wake up and figure out which of the 5 bell schedules North Penn is using today. But assuming we are all awake, I would like to acknowledge the hard work and dedication it has taken for each of us to reach this moment. From the 13 elementary schools to the 3 middle schools to the one and only North Penn High School, our time here has been filled with nothing but change. Starting as young students, still enjoying the novelty of school and playing wall ball and womp on the playground, we were some of the first classes thrown into the world of Chromebooks. And from that day forward, made to learn the ever-changing applications, including but by no means limited to Google Classroom, Naviance, Canvas, Infinite Campus, and Score. Entering middle school, we were offered the freedom to explore our interests and create our identities. But we also had to face 2 incredibly isolating obstacles: the frightening uncertainty of virtual schooling, and the somewhat less important but still present confusion of just being a teenager. Finally, settling down in high school, we were then made to contend with constant grade policy changes, forcing us to figure out the difference between a checkpoint and a cumulative task, and calculate how bombing one would eventually affect our grade. Though most of these policy changes throughout our 13 years have ended up for the better, especially the new edition of Night Zone, my sleep schedule thanks you, North Penn, it has still been a trying journey. But whether it was through countless hours of studying and planning, the loving support of teachers, family, and friends, or more likely, many, many Monsters, Red Bulls, and all the other overly caffeinated beverages, we've all somehow survived. Now, this should be the part of the speech where I turn all this grandstanding and rambling into a brief yet quippy piece of advice and well wishes for the years ahead. But with a class of almost 1,100 students, there's not really a unifying message that can apply to all of us. For some, the lesson might be that you are capable of doing anything you set your mind to. For others, it might be that there's no right way to live life, and for many more still, the true lesson might just be the friends we made along the way. All of you deserve the best takeaway from your high school experience. And as a kid most of you probably have only seen once or twice in the hallway, I don't really feel qualified to offer that. What I can say is that while this might be a time for starting over and forging new paths in life, do not forget the lessons you have learned here at North Penn. Only you know your own story, your successes, your failures, and everything in between. So instead of just casting these admittedly awkward 17 or 18 years aside, take the opportunity to learn and grow from these experiences, good and bad, and enter a brand new day. With this in mind, I ask you to please make the most of tonight, make the most of your summer, and with these lessons at your side, make the most of your lives, as I know you are all capable of. I'd quickly like to thank my parents, Edward and Sawyer Steinbauer. My father insisted I use their full names, and the incredibly dedicated staff here at North Penn, especially my choral and theater directors, Mr. Clank and Mrs. Roney, respectively. Working with all of you truly has been the greatest prize. I'd also like to give a quick shout out to Mr. Gillespie for helping me fine-tune this essay, for the speech, and Mrs. Calavaresi and Dr. Ward and all the other retiring staff for their dedicated work over the years. As my final remarks, I would once again like to congratulate the entire class of 2024 for an incredible high school career, and I wish you all the best in whatever path you choose. Thank you.